beloved, because in second part I will continue to explore the capacity of brain and its possibilities to heal completely. As I told you that brain is highly sensitive organ of man, and therefore it is quickly hurtable. Anybody can hurt it, damage it, destroy it within seconds. That's why it is protected by the nature through a heart bone cover, which you call skill. But it is not protected against psychological hurts. And now, psychological hurts, you must understand. Then I will go into the healing process. As I just said that fear is the root cause for depressions. And fear can be totally eliminated, can be end. And fear can be end only when you live with fear. Do not escape, do not run away. Do not try to stop it, let it be there, and you just watch it, observe it, live with it. Then this energy which was the fear transforms transcendence, and the energy then gathers, and this gathering energy destroys the fear, and you are then free from fear forever, because you got self knowledge, the insight into fear. You understand? There is no other way. So, how to protect your brain from psychological attacks which are coming continuously in your relationships, in jobs, and from everywhere, from societies? Everybody is damaging to each other your brain cells. Each other is means that all persons are indulged, all persons are participating, doing only one thing day and night, receiving the damage and damaging others. This is what is your life, isn't it? Otherwise, you would have be the most beautiful, creative, intelligence, enlightened person on this planet. You damage other and you are being damaged. This is the your life. This is your small circle, small phase of your life. You live 70, 80, 90, 100 years. In these years, it's the series of wounds from childhood till you die, receiving innumerable hurts, psychological hurts. And most hurts are coming in your relationships. So your life is frightened, full of fear. And the brain then uses only a little corner of its capacity. And where there is little, where there is limitations, there is depressions. This is the law. Now understand what is depression. Dip means down, and depression means depression. It means it is pressure, giving you tremendous pressure. Depression. You know, you're going down through this pressure is depression. You see this word? And the consequences of depressions then are that your neurons are destroyed. Minimum neurons then you have. And when your neurons are or brain cells are destroyed, died, then you are the house of fear. To lose this, to lose that, then lots of illusion takes place in your brain. What can happen, what cannot happen, always thinking about yourself. So then you start creating self-centered, I-centered. Therefore, you will surprise to know that people who are suffering from depression, their ego get condensed. They become self-oriented, I-oriented. They always think themselves then. You understand? They become then isolated. They find their shelter in isolation and withdraw from the life. These are the consequences of depressions. As your daughter is withdrawn from life, however, she likes to paint and she was full of life and energy and taking part in life, but then suddenly she got withdrawn. Also living in America, which is the highly violent society. Many people had illusions, inclusive your so-called joker gurus and masters who used to say that America is the future of man. But the fact is, America is not the future of man. It is a very material country, materialistic, full of violence, 400 million weapons having people. People are afraid, they can't trust to each other. And every 10 to 15 minutes, one woman is raped and assaulted physically. The highest violent rate and the raping women rate is first number is America, second is South Africa, and third comes India, and then many other countries. And very isolated country, America and Western countries, Europe, people are only thinking for themselves. So living in Houston, she developed this fear, this loneliness, this withdrawn. And India, howsoever poverty is there, pollution, lots of criminal energy, very high in India. But still, India has something, a very beautiful thing, which no country have. I was all over in the world. And what was India has, no country has. And that is the blessing of mighty teachers, because they lived in fully enlightened light. And they left that energy, that magnet field with that teachings is still alive. Never can be destroyed. And one thing that in India, very poor people still can smile. Still their heart is warm and their heart is not cold and dead like Western countries. You can make money here, get a job, but what you will do? You can't eat dollars. Many people from India and Asia, they think that they will come to America and Western countries and here in Germany and make lots of money, but when they come here, they get depressive because the climate is different, the language and culture is different, and there is no that warmth as it is in India. Still, I tell you, however, India is also got very materialistic and they are imitating Western style. But still there is in India. So she is now lonely and this loneliness, this withdrawn life contributes depressions. And she developed many symptoms like she can't sit down on the chair and table. Anyway, sitting in chair and table is for the mediocre, for clerk oriented minds. For energetic sensitive people, sitting in chair 12 hours, it's like a punishment. So sensitive people needs more movements and more physical activities, and working during the work they also need movements. Now understand deeper and deeper and understanding is not separated from listening. You think when you listen then you will understand. That is not correct. It is wrong. Listening is understanding at the same time. Both go together. When you listen, you understand. You don't have to understand afterwards. And listening, understanding, and healing, they also go together. Healing, understanding, listening are not separated. So the miracle is when you listen, understanding is formed, that understanding is medicine, healed you immediately. It doesn't take time. That is the miracle of miracle. Because if time is taken for the healing, then time is always depression. Depression is time, time is depression. Time means there is gap between the things happening and the solution will be in future. So this gap is not the period of healing, but it is the period of increasing the disease. Time is the increasing of disease. Healing is not in the time. Therefore, listening and understanding is also not in the time. You understand right now or you do not understand right now. You listen right now or you do not listen right now. You get healed right now or you do not get healed right now. So, what happens in right now? Otherwise, it never happens. Therefore, listen, understand, and let be healed. Brain needs protection, which provided by the nature, as I repeated few times. And now brain also need protection from the psychological harassment. How you will protect it? Listen now carefully. Now we are going in the last phase of brain healings, and which is the healings of all diseases inclusive fear and depressions. Depression is the symptom actually, not the root cause. Root cause is fear. So how to protect your brain from social attacks, family attacks, And all this bombardment from so-called false teachings, from the propaganda of TV, advertisement, from the false propaganda from politicians, from enormous waves and deadly frequencies which are coming from all the direction through the mobiles, using mobiles, and tremendous deadly waves and radiation of depressive energy, because millions of people are depressive and sad, and the suffering of poor and suffering of the riches. You will surprise that your rich people also suffer, because when you gather lots of money and luxury life, that kills you. This is other suffering. And the suffering of your gurus and masters, they also suffer. You will surprise it. They suffer even more than you, because they are hypocrites. They have nightmares. In the morning, they teach you meditations and tell you very good things, but they live miserable, narrow life. So there is suffering at all level. That suffering also called collective suffering of mankind, which also affects you. How you will protect it? As I said, now at this moment, the depression has gone very high. It is increased, and mostly every person got touched by the evil energy of depression. It is pandemic. It is infectious like coronavirus, and more dangerous than coronavirus, and all the money should be put to heal it first. Coronavirus is not so dangerous. What dangerous is this? The depressive virus. It is killing your life, destroying not only your life but the life of other beings, because just now, last week, Denmark has killed 17 million beautiful animals, because few animals got infected coronavirus, and they killed all 17 millions, and they say themselves civilized. And Denmark is one of the richest country in Europe. What you will bring such rich? In my eyes, Denmark is the most poor country. Who has to kill 17 million beautiful animals? Why they kill? Because Denmark is exporting the fur, the skin of animals, and these animals skin are in factory producing the jackets for women. These so-called ladies, rich ladies, they have the purses and jackets and shoes and hand shoes out of these beautiful animals. These animals, 17 millions, they were living in the cages, in prison, for these so-called rich people to make them happy, to fulfill their ugly desires. So 17 millions last week, these animals has to die, because these people got suspected that they have got the virus. And there are millions of people got infection virus from corona, but they don't kill them. But animal you kill immediately because they are for your use, for your entertainment, for your comfort. You see how stupid civilization we have created on this planet, how nonsense mankind is, and then how you can be happy. If you want to happy, don't give much values to money, powers, and success, and always come first in class and secure good marks, secured first position in the examination. This is all nonsense and ugly and feeds your ego. You must live. You must live like every blade of grass is living, and it has the power, strength to come out through the cement, the hard layer of cement. It comes out. The tender leaf of a grass has such strength that it can break the thick layer of concrete layer of earth and can come out. I have seen in India, Bhimbatika, when I was visiting near Bhopal, there's the trees were coming, cutting the hard rock, and there was no water, but they were the most beautiful trees I ever seen. They were green and full of life, coming through the rocks. Rocks could not prevent their manifestation. Such a strength. And what happened to you? You get so depressed in small things, and you get depressed when you don't get earthly things. Now, listen carefully. What happened last week? A young girl came to see me. She cut her wrist. She took the knife and wounded her wrist, cut the pulse. She wanted to commit the suicide. She wounded herself. Fortunately, she got treatment quickly, and she got at the right time treatment, and she came to me, and then I asked her, now listen, why did you wounded your wrist? Why do you want to kill yourself? She replied me. Now listen it, because what she replied represent the whole human mind, because you are similar. She said, I get 700 euro every month from my work, and 400 euro I get from the help from government to pay my flat because I earn less, so government supports. 700 euro she earns, and 400 euro she gets from the government help. 1100. It's like 1 lakh rupees. But this woman, this girl, young girl, got afraid, got fear that 700 euros she cannot buy the daily life things and clothes and food and this and that. So she got afraid, oh God, what will happen in my future? As I told you, that when you are living minimal brain capacity, then you will create lots of illusions. What might happen? What can happen? And she said that now she can't survive with this small money. However, she get also paid for her flat. €400, it's like more than 30,000 rupees. It's a big money. And rest of the world, they don't have, in Africa or in India or these Asian countries or Bangladesh or Pakistan or these poor countries, they don't have one meal in day. And here in West, they have so much. Still they are more afraid. The more you have, the more fear you have. And so she got uncertain, insecure, and she took the knife and tried to kill herself. This is what consequences of depressions are. The depressive people, they hold the things because they think only for themselves. It's a fact. Then I said to her, you are so blind. Can't you see that in other part of the world, people don't have even small rice to eat? Sometimes they sleep hungry. No place to live, no clothes, no shoes. And you are having so much money, 700 and 400. You can't live. You're so arrogant. This woman started crying, weeping, tears. She said, you are right. And I said, you destroyed your body for this €700? Even 7 billion euro you can't buy the wrist, your body. You insulted the creation of universe by damaging through the knife, this ugly knife. Such people are living, and they are civilized. The Western country is not civilized. America is not civilized. They have gathered material things out of fear. So, don't let you allow even 1 second to live in the shadow of fear. You understand? Watch it. Observe it. Now, how to protect then these things which I just said? All the races are coming from all over the world. Only one thing, one light can protect you, nothing else. And that is listen. Listen. One thing. And that is the light of attention, the light of awareness. Be aware at all the time. Be attentive while you eat. Watch how you eat. Be attentive, mindful when you go to even toilets and you go to urinate. Watch it. When you drink water, watch yourself. And when you have depression, watch it. Observe it. Be with it. What happens then? That watching creates enormous strength of intelligence which is inside, and that inside destroys all your ignorance, darkness, and all depressions becomes the ashes. And this is the destruction. Out of that destruction, the creation takes place. So this is the protection now for your brain. The light of insight should be burned, the flame should be burned all the time. And do not judge yourself. Do not judge others. Be with what is. Do not impose on what is what should be. Let the life touch you. Let the love touch you. Let the compassion come in your heart. And it is only possible when you are highly attentive to every moment. Also, when you are inattentive, then be attentive. In your inattention, be attentive. In attention, be attention. You understand? In inattention, which is the state of sleepiness, be attentive without effort, without wills. And now I told you how to do that. There is no methods, just the method of attention does not exist in the universe. If a guru or teacher said you this is the method, then you should say that is wrong, because in universe such things do not exist. You understand? Nobody has this power to create a method for attention. Nobody. I tell you, nobody can do it. No, whosoever enlightened he is, they can only point you out, but nobody had rights, nobody have that authority to create the light methods for the light. That is the most beautiful things. Otherwise, things will go wrong. You understand? Just be attentive. And when you are attentive, then you do not need methods on any such nonsense. You are attentive. But attention comes when you understand these all things which I am talking. Then your thirst increased. Then you say, oh God, I am living wrongly. And this brings you attention already. You can't live then in the darkness, can you? When you realize that you have cancer, can you live with it? No. You immediately seek the doctor. A surgeon who removes it. And teaching is what I am giving to you, is that then you seek the teachings. And when you realize you are in darkness, that realization is the bringing the light at the same time. You don't understand things, very fine things and deeply. You only want to understand such superficial things in your life. That's why your position has today what you are, the product of depressions only, because you don't take life deeply seriously. So now protect. This protection is the total protection, holistic protection, holistic approach. Then you live very beautifully, very beautifully. Great Anand and great ecstasy happiness will touch you. Even while listening, you will feel this, that you are released, you are free. Do it. Do it actually. Put all your energy in it. Today, now, right now, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is the never comes. You must understand these things. Then you are healed. Now for your daughter's few things. She should change her food. Eat organic salad, green salads, vegetarians. No meats and fatty things and sugar, which are the poisons. And do exercise, body exercise. Yoga could be helpful because it's good for the joints and for the organs and for the glands, and good for blood circulation, and also good storage for oxygen. She should go for walks mornings, evenings. If she can go in the forest with trees, she should have friendship with trees, animals. And it is not bad if she does not have friends, because friends things has disappeared, does not exist in the real sense of the word. There's no friends. So she should start having friendship with animals, trees, flowers, mountains, sky, stars, galaxies. And maybe one day she will also get friends at her level who are sensitive and can understand. And psychological level, she should take counseling from a higher top psychologist who is also having a spiritual background. Because if once you got caught in the depression, it's very difficult, since you do not have energy to come out yourself. You need some help. So counseling, and then listening this my message many times and implementing it. And one thing she should tell to herself, that what she has to lose. One day you all and we all are going to die, and she has seen already the mother has died. So life is impermanent. The world is impermanent. You should know it. It is a fact. Nobody can change it. Impermanent. Everything is impermanent here. Nothing is permanent. And living with impermanence brings permanence, brings stability, integrity. You have nothing to lose in this world. Why are you afraid? Why you live in afraid, in the evil energy? Get out from it. immediately, today, now, right now, and live and beautifully, so your brain cells can rejuvenate, can be energy, can be energetic, heal, and can expand and live beautifully with love. Tremendous. Watch the flowers, how much love they have. Because why you are depressive, one factor is because you have little beauty in your life. You don't know how to watch the beauty, and you don't have beauty inside you. So she should draw her paintings with empty mind. First, sit down in silence. When the brain becomes silent, then paint, then sketch. Similarly for you, because you can write poetry, but before writing poetry, empty your mind. Watch, observe, and that observation will then write the poetry through you. Thought cannot write the poetry. Thought is just can put some words together out of emotion. Emotions is very little affair. So exercise bodily, good food, going in nature. Nature heals you. Having connection with everything, never withdraw from your life, never isolate. Don't think that somebody can harm you. Don't be afraid. You have nothing to lose. Everything you have borrowed from the earth. Therefore, everything is impermanent. Don't hold on to impermanence. Don't hold on the things which are going to decay and die, because your body is going to die one day. Don't kill it now while you are still young. Live so when you are dying, you can be so fresh, so alive, that death and you at the last moment can meet. Otherwise, your life is, if you so live continuously in depression, is nothing but nightmare. You're destroying yourself and destroying the whole world. Because depressive people also destroy others. They radiate this energy which affects other beings and nature. Have you seen a depressive person's room? How disorderly he lives or she lives. Everything is disorder. The shoes are there, the clothes are there, all is chaotic. And the thought of feelings of the depressive person are so intense in the room. When you enter this room, you will feel suffocation. So you affect others, you are responsible. So heal yourself immediately. Immediately. Don't give any reason that this has happened or that has happened, or these bhoots are inside in me, these beings have possessed me. It's all nonsense. You are yourself bhoot. You are yourself dead person. You don't have the energy. Don't blame to any bhoots and any entities who entered in you. You invite. You are responsible. One person is always saying that in my body bhoots and beings are living in all this nonsense. And one day it will finish everything. So what? If they are living, then why do you live? Why you don't do anything? Why you have left your life in the hands of these bhoots, these pasts? Bhoot means past entities. Why haven't you left your life in the hands of love and life and compassion and creation? You must stop your habits. Depression is a habit, is a sickness, is an illness. Why do you live with these things? Because you accept, because you support, so you can get out now. I am now coming to an end to this talk by saying to you one thing. Remember, you must live holistically, because life is not in one direction. Life means all the directions, all the colors. Let your capacities be flower in all directions. Don't exclusively live in one direction, only job, money. That will kill you, and it has already killed you. Most people are dead, living dead bodies, who breathes but have no insight, nothing. I'm sending you because your daughter and millions of similar people that healing energy, my blessing and love. And change now. Change now. Don't listen this lecture as informations. Don't reduce my talk in intellectual level. Let it be the medicine to your soul. Namaste.